Welcome back, dear friends, to Taslima Maya Art. I'm Taz. Today's video is part of a wonderful collaboration hosted by CWV-Artistry called My Favourite Disney Movie. I've decided to paint a beautiful scene of Pocahontas and Meeko in a forest glade. Pocahontas is a film that's always inspired me with its message of nature, freedom and connection. A warm thank you to my subscribers, viewers and Patreon members. Thank you for supporting my channel. So I'm just going to run through some of the products I'll be using in this video. First off, I have a protective glove to avoid smudging my pencil drawings and 24 glitter markers which are extra fine tip. These are from GrabieArt.com and 24 Mars Lumograph pencils. I'll be using one or two of those, as well as 28 acrylic markers. This is extra fine tip, also from Grabie Art, and 36 brush markers from Grabie Art. These are dual tone markers. My substrate for today will be a 12 by 10 inch triple primed cotton canvas. So without much further ado, let's get started. So I've chosen Pocahontas as my favourite Disney movie, and in this painting I'm capturing a joyful moment where Pocahontas kneels in a sunlit forest, lifting Meeko, the raccoon, up into the air. There's sunlight streaming through the trees, swirling autumn leaves and soft forest grass, all brought to life with vibrant acrylics and shimmering glitter markers. I always start with a light sketch, and for this piece I'm using my Mars Lumograph pencils. These are great for precision without smudging too much on canvas, and I picked a very hard pencil, I think it was a 3H, and managed to do most of the sketch off camera, and I'm going to add some more details to it now on camera to save us a bit of time. The composition is inspired by that magical serenity in the movie where nature almost feels like a character itself. So Pocahontas is placed at the centre of the painting, surrounded by trees, and Meeko is positioned right above her to create a sense of joy and movement. Now in the receding background I am adding some trees. I'm using a ruler just to kind of guide myself in terms of where they need to be positioned. And I'm going to make sure that when I actually paint them with acrylic markers from Grabie Art, I don't create very straight lines, as very rarely do you get straight lines in nature. So at this point the ruler is just being used as a guide for positioning of the trees.
Pocahontas got me staring, got me wearing strange stuff. You think I'm loco? It's just a poncho. Heads are turning one by one. What have you done? Matawaka got me yearning. A bonfire trance got me drumming. Sun is rising. Shut the mice in. Shut the mice in. Shut the mice in. Shut the mice. Shut the mice in. Shut the mice in. Shut the mice in. Shut the mice in. Shut the mice. Shut the mice in. Shut the mice in.
I can bring you a mind. I like the way you do it. Love is the only true remedy. I open up to it and I receive it. I am me. I am everything. Skimming lines.
It's my call. Pocahontas, you think I'm loco? You think I'm crazy? Matawaka, Pocahontas, heads are turning one by one. What have you done? Matawaka, Pocahontas, purple goddess, got me wearing crystals. You think I'm loco? Maybe un poco. Heads are burning.
Next, with the drawing done, I'm going in with Grabie's dual tone brush marker kit. There are 36 markers, so times that by 2 as there's a nib on either end, and you've got lots of colours to choose from. Now I'm going to put down some browns, ambers and maybe highlights in white for her hair. So Pocahontas' hair has got lots of lovely rich tones in it, and I'm going to put the base down initially and some lines down so I know what direction her hair is flowing. I think this helps me get an idea of the movement of her hair and where I want it to go and how I want it to look. Now I do use a bit of artistic license or creativity and decide that I'm just going to make her hair whichever colour I feel like making it, rather than making it true to form with the Disney colours. So I'm just going to pop down whatever colours I have in this kit from Grabie and see what happens. But saying that, the kit does have a number of different browns and ambers and some really lovely light tones as well, which I can use. I'm just going to put in some detailing with her eyebrows there, or rather eyebrow, and you can watch the rest as it unfolds, and you'll see me doing each step meticulously and really thinking it out first in terms of what colours I want for this painting. I really find that these jewel tips are great for softer edges and subtle gradients, and I do also use them to softly blend the tree trunks and the background details, as you'll see later. Now it's time to go in with Grabie's 28-piece extra fine acrylic marker kit. These markers are amazing for detailed work on canvas, especially when you want things like clean lines and bold colours. So I'm going back into her hair and adding those extra fine lines in to give it some depth and some more contouring. And I really love working with these Grabie acrylic markers because they dry really fast and layer really well with full coverage, so I can place opaque colours on top of each other and eradicate any mistakes I make. If you'd like to see a full review of these acrylic markers, please check out the link in my description box below. So I'll leave you with a bit of music and come back to you in a moment. So you'll have noticed that the brush marker set from Grabie Art has some beautiful skin tones or neutrals, as you can see, and I've used this one so much I'm running out of it. So I've had this for a very long time now, but it's perfect for her skin and her arms and legs. Pocahontas' outfit is done in warm neutrals or beigey colours, and then I later do Meeko with cool greys and whites that pop beautifully against the warm background. The background behind the trees will be lavenders and purples, just to give it that enchanted feel of a forest, almost fairy tale like. And the contrasts in colours with the trees and the foreground will allow the background to recede more. So you're probably wondering, why did I choose Pocahontas as my favourite Disney movie? Well, lots of reasons. I'll give you some fun facts about Disney's Pocahontas. Did you know that Pocahontas is the only Disney princess who's based on a real historical figure? She was a Native American woman from the Powhatan tribe, though the Disney version takes lots of artistic liberties. Pocahontas and John Smith also represented Disney's first interracial romance, marking a bold move for the studio in 1995. The iconic song, Colours of the Wind, my favourite song of all time, won the Academy Award for Best Original Song in 1996, and the soundtrack also won Best Original Score. Okay, so Meeko the raccoon wasn't historically accurate, but very adorable. Meeko, Flit the hummingbird and Percy the pug were all added purely for fun and visual storytelling. There's no historical evidence Pocahontas had animal sidekicks, but us fans, we love them, don't we? Did you also know that it took 5 years to make the film? Animation for Pocahontas began in 1990, before The Lion King was even released. Disney's A-Team animators were assigned to Pocahontas because they thought it would be the more prestigious film. Pocahontas speaks the most languages of any Disney princess. In the movie, she speaks both Powhatan, a reconstructed native language, and English. Also, another fun fact, real leaves inspired the animation. Animators studied how different leaves fall and swirl in the wind for the famous Colours of the Wind sequence. So I felt that the swirling leaves were perfect to add those glitter details using my glitter pens from Grabie Art. And last but not least, Irene Bedard, the voice of Pocahontas, actually played her in live action too. Irene Bedard, who voiced Pocahontas, later portrayed her in live action form for the TV film The New World and has continued to advocate for native representation in the media. Pocahontas herself is deeply inspiring in my view, both as a character and as a symbol, and she resonates with so many artists, storytellers and viewers for several powerful reasons, and here's some of those. She has a deep connection with nature. Pocahontas sees nature not as scenery but as living, breathing spirit. She listens to the wind, learns from the river and respects every creature. This harmony with the earth is not just beautiful, it's a powerful reminder to slow down and truly see the world around us. And like me, where my name Taslima actually means peace be upon you, Pocahontas seeks peace over conflict. Despite pressure from both sides, her tribe and the English settlers, Pocahontas follows her inner compass. She chooses dialogue, understanding and unity over fear or violence, and that takes real courage. She follows her own path. Pocahontas doesn't blindly follow tradition or authority. She's curious, intuitive, and guided by her own wisdom. Her story is a beautiful metaphor for anyone standing at a crossroads in life, asking not what's expected of me, but what feels right. She also embodies creative freedom, I think. Her open heart and free spirit are deeply inspiring for artists. She represents the beauty of living in tune with your surroundings and expressing your truth without fear, qualities at the heart of every great artwork. Pocahontas doesn't choose one side or identity, she connects them. She helps two cultures understand each other in a time of fear and mistrust. In this way, she symbolizes unity, empathy, and the hope that we can find peace through connection with each other. And finally, another reason why I chose Pocahontas and I love this character is that she chooses love with strength, not sacrifice. Unlike many Disney characters, Pocahontas doesn't end the movie by running away with her love interest. She stays true to her people and chooses responsibility and purpose over a romantic fantasy without giving up her joy or compassion. So here I am trying to capture this joyful moment where Pocahontas kneels in a sunlit forest, lifting Meeko the raccoon up into the air. There's sunlight streaming through the trees, swirling summer leaves and soft forest grass, all brought to life with vibrant acrylics and shimmering glitter markers. Now I'm going to just block in some of the tree trunks there in the background, and then I'm going to build upon those colours with variants of browns and ambers from my acrylic marker sets, and I'm going to try and make them look like they're receding. And as you can see, I'm deliberately making them slightly wobbly so they're not completely straight like those ruler lines that you saw earlier. I already put down some beautiful soft greens and earth tones for the forest floor there underneath her. And I'm going to go in with some of my glitter pens later to add some grass and shimmer in the grass. So what do you think of it so far? It's still not finished, I'm afraid. A little bit more to go now, but do let me know in the comments below if you like it so far and what aspect of it you like the most, or what you would have done differently if you were to attempt this. But most importantly, I'd love to hear which is your favourite Disney movie. Let me know. And now it's time to add a bit of shimmer and glamour. These are the glitter pens that Grabie Art sent me recently, and I've not used them yet, but I'm going to get all the greens out and make the ground beneath us sparkle, and I can't wait to use these. This was by far my favourite part, the glitter details, and I love this 24 pen glitter marker kit with extra fine tips. This is the first time I'm using this set, and I was so impressed with how smoothly they glide over the acrylics. I added shimmering highlights to the swirling leaves around Pocahontas herself and glitter accents to the grass below her. It really brings that magical forest vibe alive, like the wind is actually dancing with her. And don't forget, you can get 15% off your own Grabie Art supplies using my code Taslima15 at checkout. Now I've decided to add some purples and lavender to make the background recede, and all I've done is I've just put some of the acrylic pen marker into that little container, but just painting it on and adding a bit of water to make it thinner, and I'm using my paintbrush there to apply it. And I find this is a nice way of getting a more faded look and a more translucent look. And as the markers are acrylic markers, they're soluble in water, so in that sense they're water based and you can thin them down like this. So a nice little tip for you. I also went back in to reinforce some of the outlines and shadows later on using the extra fine acrylic markers, with the light beaming through the trees enhanced with layers of purple and lavender, as well as some white highlights. Do keep watching to see the finished piece in all its glory. Pocahontas, joyful in nature, celebrating life with Meeko in her arms. I do hope you enjoyed watching this process as much as I loved painting it. Let me know in the comments what your favourite Disney movie is. If you'd like to try these materials yourself, remember to use my code Taslima15 for 15% off at Grabie Art. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss future art videos and tutorials. Thank you again to the lovely CWV-Artistry Casey for this amazing collab. Be sure to check out all the other artists' creations too. I'll leave the playlist link in the description box below for you. So that's it from me today. Until next time, stay creative and don't forget to paint with all the colours of the wind. Bye for now. Don't forget to join me and my fellow artists on the Creative Art Collective every Saturday at 1 PM EST, 6 PM UK. See you there in the live chat.